Hey, it's Will Wofford with Berkshire Hathaway, York, Simpson, Underwood, Realty in Raleigh. And today I'd like to take you on a tour of Northwest Raleigh. We'll be visiting Brookhaven, Springdale Estates, Oak Park, the Hamptons at Umstead, as well as Meredith Woods. These are some pretty neat areas and they're pretty spread out across Northwest Raleigh. So why don't you come with me? Let's take a ride and let's go see Northwest Raleigh. All right, we'll start our tour off in Brookhaven. As you can see on the map I provided, Brookhaven's location is centrally located and it's about a mile from Crabtree Valley Mall on the Glenwood end of the neighborhood. The neighborhood, if you notice, is very large and it's long and extends up to almost Lynn Road and runs parallel to Creedmoor Road. So it really depends on where in Brookhaven you're located as to really what you're most convenient to. There are just over 700 homes in the neighborhood with a 94% owner occupancy. With 25 sales in the last 12 months and 67 sales in the last 24 months, turnover is almost 5%. New construction homes were 8% of sales in the last 12 months, which is up about 1.25% over the prior year. And essentially all of the new construction in Brookhaven is really occurring on the Lynn Road end of the neighborhood. And the new construction homes range in size from 3,400 square feet to around 4,300 square feet, with the median size being just over 4,000 square feet. Prices for the new construction homes range from $843,000 to $870,000 over the last 12 months, with a median price of $857,000. So while the new construction sales have been significant in the neighborhood, it really occurred in a localized area that has really at this point been built out. So I don't really expect new construction to be that much of a factor going forward in this neighborhood. All right, there were 23 resale transactions in the last 12 months and 59 in the last 2 years, representing a combined 88% of overall sales. The resale properties or existing properties, homes, range in size from just under 2,000 square feet to 4,700 square feet, with a median size of 3,000 square feet. Prices for the properties range from $360,000 to $750,000, with a median price of $492,500. The homes in this neighborhood were built between 1960 and 2016, with 1973 being the typical year built. There is city water and sewer, but depending upon your location in Brookhaven, there are also lots of septic systems that are still active. Most of the systems are located on the side between Glenwood and Millbrook Road. The new construction homes do have an HOA fee that's around $200 per year, but the rest of the neighborhood does not. The typical lot size you'll find in Brookhaven is around half an acre, and the schools for the neighborhood are York Elementary, Oberlin Middle, and Sanderson High School. As you cross Millbrook Road, in between Millbrook and Lynn Road, the assigned elementary school becomes Jeffreys Grove Elementary. I do, of course, always recommend that you use the Wake County address lookup function on their website, where you simply put the address in and it identifies the current schools assigned to that location for the current school year and the following school year. So as you can see, as we're driving around the neighborhood, the topography in Brookhaven varies based on the location from flat to steep. But overall, I would say the neighborhood as a whole has a rolling topography. You will find some older properties in Brookhaven that have been neglected and are in pretty bad shape. And you might be able to acquire some of those properties at enough of a discount to merit a tear down rebuild. But you'll really have to hunt for those. I think the only factor really is the topography in this neighborhood. A lot of the rundown properties are located in areas where the topography is steep, which will drive up construction costs. But as you cross Millbrook and head toward Lynn Road, the topography consistently improves. All right, moving on to Springdale. As you can see on the map, this location lies in between Glenwood Avenue and Creedmoor Road, but is significantly farther out and is just inside the 540 outer belt line. The location is far enough from 540 that road noise is not an issue, but close enough that 540 can be frequently used to move around the outer areas of Raleigh and makes the drive to surrounding areas like RDU, RTP pretty easy. There are 419 homes in the neighborhood with a 98% owner occupancy. There were 12 sales in the last 12 months and 23 sales in the last 24 months, so turnover is around 3%. So it's going to be a little bit challenging to find your ideal home in Springdale, but it can definitely be done because there's a decent number of sales. So it's important, if you want a home in this neighborhood, that you have your financing in place with a good understanding of what you really want in terms of number of bedrooms, size, layout, and features. So you're ready to evaluate and quickly make a decision when a new property hits the market. Your schools for this neighborhood are Leesville Elementary, Leesville Middle, and Leesville High School. The zoning is R2, which basically means 2 homes per acre. So the lots are pretty big, and on average they're just under an acre at 0.8 of an acre. The lots in Springdale do vary considerably in size, however, from just under half an acre to slightly over 5 acres. And the topography is rolling, but not as extreme as Brookhaven, or if it is, the lot is generally much bigger to accommodate. Properties in this neighborhood range in size from just under 2,000 square feet to just under 4,000 square feet, with a median or typical size of 2,825 square feet. Prices have ranged from $347,000 to $620,000 in the last 12 months, with a median price of $500,000 for the last 12 months, which represents a 12% increase from the median 24-month sales price of $445,000. Homes in the neighborhood were built from 1964 to 2004, with the typical year built of 1975. There is city water, and the majority of lots have septic systems. So that's something you'll have to check on, but for the most part, expect a septic system. There is an annual HOA fee that ranges from $120 to $200 per year. All right, moving on to the Hamptons at Umstead. As you can see on the map, the location is really in between Raleigh Road and Ebenezer Church Road, and Ebenezer Church Road borders Umstead Park. So this area really has a lot of natural ambiance. Driving up to the neighborhood, the drop-off is significant, and the way the neighborhood is situated, it overlooks Umstead Park. And you shouldn't have anything built, obviously, on the Umstead Park side. So once again, as is typical of Northwest Raleigh, you've got that rolling topography that gives it a kind of mountainous feel out here that you don't really feel in other parts of Raleigh. So this is a newer neighborhood with a lot of new construction. There are 217 homes in the community, and more are being built every day. Currently, the tax records show that there are 202 owner-occupied properties in the Hamptons, but I kind of think that a majority of those absentee owners might really just be builder-owned properties. So I don't think owner occupancy is really a factor out here to look at. There were 14 sales in the last 12 months and 41 sales in the last 24 months. And the new construction homes have ranged in size from 3,250 square feet to just under 6,000 square feet, with a median size of 4,280 square feet in the last 12 months, which is a 20% increase in size from the 24-month average of 3,560 square feet. Okay, just wanted to point out we just pulled into the older side of the Hamptons at Umstead. And so this is the flatter side. So the properties are definitely increasing in size, and prices have ranged from a median price of $772,000 in the last 12 months to $786,000 for the last 24 months. And with the median property size increasing and the median price falling slightly, interestingly, your cost per foot is actually falling right now as well, from $220 per foot based on the 24-month median price to $180 per foot based on the last 12 months price. I will say there are two sides to the neighborhood, and the topography is more challenging on the newer side, the side that we first started on, so that might have had an impact. Okay, looking on at the resale homes, there were 9 sales in the last 24 months and 20 sales in the last 24 months. And the resale homes have ranged in size from 3,181 square feet to just over 5,000 square feet, with a median size in the last year of 4,088 square feet. Prices have ranged from $690,000 to $865,000. And the year built, of course, well, it's fairly recent, but it's between 2011 and 2016, with a median year built of 2014 for the last 12 months. There is city water and sewer, as well as a nominal HOA fee that's between $110 and $150 per year. And your typical lot size in the Hamptons is 0.35 of an acre. Okay, we just passed the neighborhood clubhouse and wanted to let you know it comes complete with a pool, exercise room, community room, kitchen, and a fire pit area. It's super nice. And I'll also say that you really got to love the topography out here. This is one of those neighborhoods where you really could live on top of the hill. But the builders did a really good job of laying out the neighborhood so it has a really nice feel to it. All right, moving on to Oak Park. As you can see on the map, this location is also close to Umstead Park, situated between Ebenezer Church Road and Glenwood Avenue. This location is much closer to Crabtree Valley Mall and the I-440 Beltline, so it's a bit easier to access these areas you may like to frequent in Raleigh. Oak Park is another really neat neighborhood where you'll really see a lot of different elevation changes in topography that's common to Northwest Raleigh. This neighborhood, like the Hamptons, is close to Umstead Park, but doesn't actually border the park. Instead, Raleigh Road is right behind the neighborhood and provides easy access via Edwards Mill Road to Carter Finley Stadium, the PNC Arena, as well as NC State, Cameron Village, North Hills, and downtown. So it's a pretty convenient area. Also, considering you can take Raleigh to Edwards Mill Road, and then all of a sudden you're at Lake Boone Trail, or you could wind through the neighborhood until you reach Glenwood Avenue, and you're just up the road from Crabtree Valley Mall. So you've got a lot of options for getting around Raleigh here. So there are 273 homes in the neighborhood, and as you can see, this is an older neighborhood. 92% of the homes are owner occupied, and there have been 18 sales in the last 12 months and 37 sales in the last 24 months. So turnover is robust at just over 7%, which means if you're looking for a home and you find this area appealing, you'll have a good shot at finding and purchasing a home here. There were no new construction sales in Oak Park looking back for the last 12 or 24 months. I think the real challenge with finding your ideal property out here is most likely the topography. So I think that's likely going to be the wild card out here. I think if you're curious about Oak Park, you should drive through the neighborhood. If you just stay on Oak Park Drive, that will be sufficient to give you a good feel for the neighborhood. So properties in Oak Park have ranged in size from 1,900 square feet to 4,800 square feet, with a median or typical size of 2,571 square feet in the last 2 years. The prices have ranged from $267,000 to just over $500,000, with a median price for the last 12 months of $382,000. And that median price has ticked up slightly by about 2% looking back 24 months. But prices are definitely on the increase, and the homes were built generally between 1961 and 1984, with the majority built in 1968. There is city water and sewer with no HOA fee. Your typical lot size is going to be just under half an acre. Your schools for the neighborhood are Stowe Elementary, Oberlin Middle, and Broughton High School. All the homes in Oak Park are detached, but Oak Park West is a small townhome community that's adjacent to this neighborhood. So I would say this is definitely a convenient Raleigh location where you're still able to get homes at an affordable price. All right, moving on to our last stop on the tour today, Meredith Woods. Meredith Woods is one of my favorite areas on the tour today because I really like the location and the lots are really nice. As you can see on the map, this neighborhood is actually split with two different sides or areas. One is just on the other side of Lake Boone Trail off Myron Drive, almost as you get on the Beltline. And then there's the side that we're currently on that's just behind Lake Boone Shopping Center. So this area is obviously very convenient to downtown, North Hills, NC State, Cameron Village, as well as the airport and RTP, because you can just jump right on the I-440 Beltline and head in either direction. Also, this location puts you about as close to being inside the Beltline as you can get at this price point. So you have the advantage of being able to avoid the 440 Beltline if traffic is backed up as well. There are 199 homes in the neighborhood with an 82% owner occupancy. And there have been 13 homes sold in the last 12 months and 33 sold in the last 24 months, which is just under a 10% turnover on average. So if this is an area that is especially appealing to you, you ought to be able to find a home here that meets your criteria at a price on average that's pretty reasonable considering the location. There were no new construction sales in this neighborhood in either the last 12 or 24 months. But I think you'll find that there are a lot of properties purchased here and buyers are prepared to renovate the dated interiors to make the homes more relevant and livable. Properties in the neighborhood have ranged in size from 1,526 square feet to 3,500 square feet, with a median or typical size of 2,265 square feet over the last 12 months. And prices have ranged from $343,000 to $541,000, with a median price of $440,000. The year built in this neighborhood ranges from 1962 to 1975, with a median year built of 1972. There is city water and sewer in the neighborhood, with no HOA fee, and the median lot size is 0.3 of an acre. The lots in the neighborhood do range in size, however, from just under 0.2 of an acre to as large as 0.8 of an acre. So there are some fairly large lots out here, but on average, about a third of an acre is what you're going to find. All in all, I would consider this location to be the most central of all of the locations we've toured today for accessing a majority of areas in Raleigh. Hey, it's Will Wofford with Berkshire Hathaway, York, Simpson, Underwood Realty again. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed my tour of Northwest Raleigh. If you have any questions about this area or any other areas in Raleigh, please feel free to reach out to me and I'd be glad to help you. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And thanks so much for watching.